Hello and welcome back to another episode of Crypto. My God, I'm on episode number 17 now. So heck yeah, continuing to continue. Bum, 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 bum. Anyway, today I want to get back into the habit of doing Wednesday app reviews. I've got two apps that I want to look at. They're on chain. This is sort of the new phenomenon of social engagement apps. There's a lot going on, which is how do we monetize attention? That is really what the space is looking to do. We see a lot of activity on Twitter, obviously through meme coins. People are plugged in daily. They call it in the trenches, just means terminally online, trying to chase one meta to the next, maybe 15 minutes to 15 minutes to 15 minutes, right? We're going in a pump and dump trajectory. What is the new hot thing? What is the shiny object? How do we build it? How do we crush on it? Obviously, Pump.Fun is one of the largest to take advantage of this attention economy, right? Which is the attention behind launching meme coins. Of course, we saw a really massive push in the attention economy over the previous election cycle with Polymarket that proved to be just the place to go for forecasting data. To this day, Polymarket is still referenced on television. And of course, these are prediction markets, right? So everything here, Fed decision in January, plus 25 BIP increase, no change, 25 BIPs, right? So a lot of very interesting things, German parliamentary election, tons of stuff around politics. Let's go into DeepSeek because that's pretty relevant. Which company has the best AI model on June 30th? And of course, these markets are looking into the future and trying to use the efficient market thesis to determine what is real and what is not. The idea being that people will go against what their opinion is if they think that it will turn true with profitability and capital on the line, right? Say, put your money where your mouth is. That's the core concept here. Now, Polymarket, Pump.Fun, they're two very big and established players. But over the course of this week, I've bumped into a few others. For example, this is one that I was just recently sent to. This is new to me this week. It's called Opinions.Fun. And this is a game based on Solana that is definitely a market around people's opinions. So it is taking the Polymarket approach and basically saying, let's put gambling around, I think, anything, right? Elizabeth Warren is a bitch. Now, it's hard for me to not agree with that one. Total market cap is $8.26 thousand. So you can see if these are the top markets, Canada should become the 51st state, right? This is just gambling on opinions. I would say where Polymarket outputs some useful data, right? It's looking to find the source of truth in a truth-y world. That is something that we're having difficulty with. I do believe that blockchain is the layer that establishes truth to the internet. And that's because as data moves, we're able to put metadata stamps, right? As it goes through the internet, we can see if it's adjusted, if it's been manipulated. What is the difference from that information as it entered the internet and we lock that into a blockchain hash versus where it is now, right? What are these manipulations that have happened? Now, let's look a little bit deeper into Opinions.Fun. I am here to kind of play with it and give an opinion on what I think about this application. So we're going to go over just a little bit of the feature sets of what's happening. An interesting note, trending on X, right? So I do think what we should expect to see is that X is kind of the home field for a lot of attention. And I think that what we're seeing is that X is the app for the attention economy at this moment. Facebook, I would say, is more people are using it for the marketplace, for the buy nothing groups, for staying in touch with their families. But no one's really going to Facebook to see what the latest and greatest is. Instagram also has pivoted much into an advertisement network and not much to be put out there. TikTok has its own issues. And is it even legal? Hard to tell. But X, with its character limits really being around text, is a ground zero for information. That's why it's very important that we ideally keep it neutral. Now, we have the trending on X feed that shows you exactly how many hits and views certain topics are getting. So this is probably useful in creating and launching your own opinion, right? If you wanted to have a larger marketplace, we're going to hopefully have more eyes. Again, this is all about attention economy and how to monetize it. So if we go home, we hit these things, and of course you've got trending, new, and let's just go to market cap real quick. Let's see who's kind of on top. Wow, okay. So Opinion.Fun will go viral. Total market cap is 75,000. Okay, great. So we have a 24-hour change. What I am curious about is if I do vote on this, when do we actually cash out? So we have the market here. It's very much still open. It's not closed. And I can agree to buy opinions, but I guess you can sell it when it goes up. And buy it when it goes down. I'm trying to understand. This is the agree, this is the disagree. When we have a 1 week chart, I mean, who really cares versus max? So let's dive in a little bit more. We've got the chat, and this is kind of fun. One interesting that I've noticed is that in the text field, it says start yapping. So yapping is actually a term that's been recently popularized by this other project, Cato AI. And what Cato AI seeks to do is actually condense information around the attention economy. Again, you're looking at charts of what is being spoken about. They call it yaps, right? But this is tweets. These are really tweets with like hashtags with metadata attachment to something else. And this allows the AI to scour all of X or whatever platform it's looking at, get attention readouts, right? Are we talking about Bitcoin? Are we talking about which asset? But also where's the narrative mind share, right? And then we can get to an audio library around podcasts. And it's powering 500 plus investment, marketing, and growth teams. So when you get into it, the reason I just wanted to quickly touch on this is the yaps, and you have certified yapper. So this has actually found product market fit. It is the crypto Twitter leaderboard. That's what CT stands for, the crypto Twitter leaderboard. And it's actually tracking people that are tweeting very consistently. AIXBT is a bot, so that makes a lot of sense. But you have like Vitalik Buterin, you have Mert from Solana, Jesse from the base chain. And of course, if you look over here, there's just a lot of information about who's yapping more. And yaps are more particularly attached to certain content verticals. So Senator Cynthia Loomis, that's pretty funny. She's up, right? And this is, again, creating a marketplace around the most prominent people that are contributing to conversations on X. So not only are we looking at attention economy from X itself, but now you can trade around who's actually producing the most content. And this is a very weird, crazy term. All that to being said, it's interesting that yapping is becoming a vernacular that we're seeing spread across apps. I do think that is very indicative of a product market fit. This really reads well to me that Cato AI is a successful product that we should pay more attention to, just because this term yapping is in here. Now, let's move on a little bit more if we want to get in here. Launch, right? Opinions that matter make yours big. All right. So now I've got cats are funnier than dogs because they have alien brains. Cray meow. Have you ever seen a cat with the zoomies? All right, I made a description. I picked an adorable cat here and add social links. I don't really feel like doing that. So I've got an opinion. I'm going to launch it and see how it goes. Enter amount of soul. I will get pretty, let's go 0.05 soul. Create opinion. Now you can see that it's preparing my opinion. I assume it will open my wallet for an approval so that that soul can be spent to build this market. And boom, here we go. Phantom wallet opens up. I have approved it. I am waiting for the transaction. And boom. All right, my opinion's live, guys. I'll set a link to this so you can all vote on it. Maybe you guys hate cats, maybe not. So market cap's 4.12. What this is doing is it's using some protocol-owned liquidity to actually set the market. This is something that Pump.Fun incentivized, and in this way the protocol uses some of its Solana that it earns from fees from other methods, and it actually buys some of the other side of the token. So if this goes up, it has a position in it really nicely. If it wants to, it could just sell it down if this goes to nothing, and it loses very little capital. But this is a really nice way for the application itself to actually not only capture fees on all of these markets, but to have a little bit of a position in these markets. So if they do go to like $1 billion, they're going to own enough tokens and they can sell it. And, that makes a lot of revenue for this protocol. Now, that is one of the really interesting things coming out of these mechanisms. Pump.Fun did not launch a token. It does not make its money off token price going up and down. What it does is it captures a ton of fees, and early investors just get to ride some of that fee accrual. So that is a very interesting investment play that's going on now, saying, hey, early backers, we're not going to issue a token at launch. What we're going to do is put your wallet into the fee capture mechanism. And if this thing goes bananas, you'll just have fees flowing into your wallet in perpetuity for whatever percentage pro rata you own based off of your investment. So this is a really interesting thing when we look at the cryptocurrency industry on a whole, right? The form of the investment is changing. It's not just speculation on crypto tokens. It's speculation on the efficacy and the adoption of these applications. So that is kind of fun, and I will give it props. Okay, cool. I've got cats are funnier than dogs because they have alien brains. So great. that's kind of a review. People can come in here. Let me boost it a little bit more. I'll add 0.05 Sol. I'm not really trying to go too crazy. I'm going to buy my own token because, heck, maybe if I can start a snowball effect, that would be super cool. I did choose cats versus dogs. It's like a pretty consistent debate, and I'm just trying to leverage the age-old, timeless topics. So there we go. Boom. I just bought 0.05 Sol of Craymeow. I think that's a pretty cool name, and hopefully it'll catch on. Let's see. So great. Chat, start yapping. Let me add something in here. All right, so I've gone down to the Yap chat. I mean, I should populate this if it's dead and empty. Like, who wants to buy this token, right? So I'm going to post, cats are greater than dogs, and cool. Now, one thing that would be interesting, I don't know where these chats are stored. I'm sure they're logged in like an Amazon web server, but it would be really cool to see these exist on decentralized storage networks, because then these chats could exist forever. My guess is the easiest path forward, Amazon Web Services, whenever they stop paying, they'll close it down and these will all disappear. So it's not anti-fragile, it's not permanent forever. I could be wrong, but that's my guess, just looking at it straight out. Okay, so I guess that's it, right? I have this learn section for anybody that wants. We take no fees for creating an opinion. All right, so as we enter the learn section, there's something really interesting: create and trade opinions. So launch an opinion on any topic using Sol. Opinion coins are immediately traded on bonding curves. For each opinion market, 2 tokens are created, agree and disagree, each with their individual contract address. Okay, so people could purchase these pros or cons, these agree or disagrees, directly from Radium if they so desired. As soon as the token reaches 67.4 Sol, approximately 69K market cap, and then, lol, 69K, in liquidity, it graduates to the Radium with liquidity locked and LPs burned. Okay, so that means that as the tokens go up, and this is just like Pump.Fun, they kind of exist in this like medium token land until they cross that $69,000 market cap. Then they will actually be minted into a full realistic token. I'm being loose with my terms. I mean, there are real tokens, but one like is meant to last for a long time. Another might just be forgotten. And once they graduate to Radium, basically the liquidity pool that was backing these assets when they're in their beginning phase, that gets burned. So that means this moves now to the Radium liquidity pool, and that allows it to grow and hopefully become a billion-dollar asset, right? So both agree and disagree tokens can graduate independently, meaning that if one of the sides of the opinion takes off, I mean, it could become its own meme coin. This is pretty nuts and silly. Fees, we take no fees for creating an opinion. Solana network fees apply. Okay, but we do take a 1% buy and sell fee. So they're getting their fee generation from the actual act of agreeing or disagreeing, not from opening up the markets themselves. I think that's useful. That means bots and people can populate a wallet and open tons of tons of opinions without having to really lose the value on their Solana, right? They're not just like paying fees to open these, but this means that it can be gamified en masse by bots that just create a bevy of opinions. This is the same way, 50,000 meme coins a day being minted on Pump.Fun. They want something similar with the opinions. They want more opinions because it increases their chances that one might catch, right? That one of these opinions graduates. And as we see, you can graduate on an agree token, on a disagree token. So even if this opinion kind of falls away and the token just takes off, I mean, you could create a meme coin sort of by accident. So yeah, that's kind of the bit of it. Let's see, when a token graduates to Radium, we take a flat fee of 2.987 Sol from the bonding curve liquidity. Fee is taken from liquidity of the coin and does not require the user to pay as an additional amount. So there's also this incentive that if any of these coins do go up to their more evolved state, they're capturing nearly 3 Sol per. So again, this is an incentive to open as many markets as possible, because the more markets that graduate, the more Solana they get into their treasury. All right, so it's a fun app. I'm having a good time with it. Let's see how it goes. The other one I want to move on to, and I just recently fired this one up, is called tribe.run. And what this is really looking at, in a similar vein of opinions, is just straight up trading people's Twitter accounts, right? So if I look in here, there's Frank D. Gods, there's Imran Khan of Alliance DAO, here's Mert, Thread Guy, right? These are just people that are micro celebrities on crypto Twitter. And it's a very basic market, it seems. It doesn't really have anything except pure speculation. So, Beanie, so I actually went in here a while back And let's explore. We've got the leaderboard. We've got the billboard. Okay, so this is just a place where people can post some interesting things about their tribe, like greater advertising. All right, pretty fun. And then there's explore. So this is, I guess, recent buy or sells, right? What's the most up-to-date activity kind of in the financial realm as to who is buying and selling tokens here. No, I mean, kind of fun, very straightforward. I will give them props to the OG Windows Web 0.1 aesthetic, like very, very fun. We also have a feature of a chat. So I'm not exactly sure why I get to chat with maybe not today's tribe, but it's apparent to me that I have joined a tribe somehow. I'm not even entirely sure. And oh, there's a chief of this tribe and it says LOL. So if I wanted to talk to them, I could also buy this person's token. See, it would be 0x, maybe not today. So my guess is they invited me to the tribe. This is an easy way that if you do see activity going on, if you see chats and you're like, holy shit, this thing's alive, maybe you just want to go and bang this buy button. You can also look at the members. Okay, so this person sent me into their tribe and we're the only 2 people here. Not super bullish on that. Definitely not going to buy it. Mute, obviously, if I just don't want to listen to them anymore, if I want to share it to some homies. But I'm going to go quit. Are you sure you want to quit? You won't get the 7. Oh, never mind. I don't know what that is. That's too dangerous. I'm getting out of here. So I'm going to go back to home and back at the Explore page. Sure, all very fun. Now, chat, again, if you create a tribe with some homies and you invite them, I guess you could run a little cabal-like mechanism here where you're in the chat, you're talking about what's going up, you're talking about trading activity, and you have a very quick and easy way to purchase. Now, I went ahead and I already made 2 buys a couple days ago. So, okay, it's pretty clear that this person, I'm not even sure what's going on here, but now pay in 4 days, chat now. Sure, I'm not touching it. Mert is a very big Twitter personality on Solana, so I just bought his tokens because pretty risk off. And it looks like they've gone down quite a bit in... Okay, so whoever created this, you can, let's see, you can put up a message. They're pending. They can be answered. Any hairstyle advice, join tribe to view the answer. Okay, so this is also kind of fun on a social metric, which is that the chats do block you unless you join the tribe, right? Once you're in the tribe, you're in a social collective. It incentivizes you to follow the stories that they're telling, the investments that they're making, and to buy and sell these tokens. And I do use that word investment very loose, guys. This is pure gambling. This is not an investment. But, you know, kind of fun. All right, we got this little token asset. What does this mean? Select for an airdrop. Okay, so airdrop tokens to this tribe, ultra low cost. I don't have anything for an airdrop. So, okay, nothing really for me there. I did see that airdrop option though. Let's say I go back here and I go to account. I have my Solana token and I don't really know, am I up money? Is this, let's see, tribe run, save 67%. Okay, so this is just if you want to share to Twitter, most essentially. You have a QR code so people can come in and they can find it, the cost basis, the current value. All right, so I did buy this at 0.5 Sol, and I'm up to 0.8 Sol. Oh, all right, cool. So I got 67% increase on that investment. I'll take the win. Ha-ha! But it's not going to impact my review. Lastly, let's go to claim airdrops. I'm just like a little confused as to what's in here. There's a bunch of numbers. Megs, I'll be honest, I don't know what these are. Doomer coin seems to have an amount of 237, so I'm just going to bang on that because it's the highest number. Check that box. I have tried to check multiple boxes. You can only do one. So let's hit next. And I have an airdrop claiming 237 of these Doom for very little Sol. Why not? Let's give it a try. And that was, oh, I didn't even have to sign in browser. That's a good feature. I did not have to sign through my Solana wallet. So that's really cool. It's just automated, even though I guess it did take that 0.09. And let's see what happens. Show non-tribe tokens. Cool. So here it is. This is a token for, oh, takes me to Sol Scan. It shows me where the token is. So I don't know what that means, guys. I just have 237 of these tokens. They don't seem to be up. They don't seem to be down. Sure. I would assume that is a mechanic that you can use for advertising to people, right? You can airdrop tokens to their wallets if they want to join, and you come in and you produce a lot of content, you create these chats, then maybe you have something going on here. So, okay, cool. I have some Doomer coins. Here's token Doomer coin. Sweet. It was created on pump.fun. How funny is that? So what we're really seeing here is a variety of products that are taking the pump.fun token generation mechanic, and I bet all of these are going to be rooted in pump.fun because that made it so simple to automate minting a token. You used to need a technologist, you used to need to write code. Pump.fun has basically made it point and click with some Solana. There's some information here that says a $7,000 market cap, which is like just about nothing. Token extensions, false, tags, memes, pump.fun. All right, there's some stuff to learn here. Of course, if you wanted to buy it, you can come capture the copy address. But I wouldn't recommend buying Doomercoin. It looks like it's bullshit from beginning to end. Maybe it's not, and I'll come and correct that. But this is interesting. Both of these apps are between opinions.fun and between tribe.run are seeking ways to tokenize the attention economy, to create a new way to gamble on attention, whether it be on their opinions or on the people themselves that are doing the talking. We covered Cato AI a little bit, which really brought up the idea of yapping and, again, following the amount of content that goes out in the world and being able to put those into compartments, right, into categories, so that we can track statistically what is being discussed out on the internet. So these are all pretty crazy. Let me take a moment to sum it up and give some reviews. And now let's get into that final review, kicking it off with opinions.fun. I gotta say, utility, I don't really see any. I mean, opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got them and they all kind of stink. So I'm going 0 stars for utility. Now, for friction, I gotta say, it was very easy. I had no friction. This is probably a greater call out to the Solana ecosystem, but it was smooth, it was seamless. No problems there. 3 stars for you, baby. Woo! Now, getting into cost was very minimal. It was very straightforward. It was a little bit of soul to place an opinion. Nothing too distressing to me. I'm going to give it 1 star. And last but not least, joy. And I gotta say, guys, trading opinions, as fun as they might look, I got no joy from it. I don't really care about people's opinions. I don't think the data that comes out of this is particularly useful. So my joy is another big old 0 star rating. And what does that bring us to for opinions.fun? That is a total of 4 stars, 4 stars, 4 stars out of 12. And let's move on to tribes.run, everybody. Getting in there, I gotta say, looking at it, I open it up, and the utility is to create this world of group chats. This is very much like Friends Tech, which came out a while back, where people could trade assets, they could create these groups, and in that regard, there is some utility. There could be something to these groups being developed. It's not great, but it is something. I give it 1 star. As for friction, same as I just said, it was very low friction. This is on the Solana network. All I needed was my wallet and a couple signatures to get up and going. In fact, they even handled the deployment without making me sign a signature. So, friction, 3 stars, very nice, very easy to use. In terms of cost, I got to give it a 1 star. It was pretty easy. It was very cost efficient. It did not take me a lot of cost to get this set up. That is the root of my element here. That is a 1 star for cost. And last but not least, joy. While I did like the UI and it made me smile a bit, I did not get much joy out of this. It feels like blind gambling and just taking pot shots. I really want to put my money to work. I want this to come out better. And these kind of things just make me feel like I'm going to come out broke as a joke. So 0 stars on joy. That final review for tribe.run is 5 stars. 5 stars, beating out opinions.fun by a 1 star. That is 5 out of 12. So guys, enjoy, get out there, touch some buttons. You never know who's going to reward you with an airdrop or just kind of give you insight into the next meta. So get out there, play with them, even if they're not the best, and have good luck.